The Deacon of Dark River. In the remote northern valleys of Iceland, where frost clung to the earth and winter nights seemed to stretch into eternity, there stood a modest church at Myrká. Nearby was the humble abode of a deacon named Gudmundur, a virtuous and kind-hearted soul known for his unwavering dedication to the church and to his beloved fiancée, Asta, who lived on a neighboring farm. The desolate landscape, with its haunting silence and dark, looming shadows, created a setting ripe for the mysteries that would soon unfold. Winter tightened its icy grip on the land, and Gudmundur found himself consumed by church duties, unable to see Asta for weeks. As Christmas approached, an innate longing stirred within him, compelling him to bridge the gap of icy fields and snow-laden paths to bask in her warmth and prepare for the festive season together. On one particularly cold yet clear day, he saddled his horse, Faxi, embodying the determination that only love can ignite, and set out toward her home with a resolute heart, ready to invite her to the upcoming Christmas Eve service. Gudmundur's journey was fraught with dangers, with icy rivers and treacherous paths that could claim the lives of even the most seasoned travelers. Yet his heart was a beacon in the encroaching darkness, a warmth that defied the biting cold. As he rode, the landscape transformed under his watchful eyes, from snow-covered meadows that whispered secrets to the dark, shadowy woods that skirted Myrká, casting sinister silhouettes in the fading light. The river, a narrow, deceptive current cloaked in an innocent guise, waited like a predator, its swift waters capable of sweeping away the unwary. With unwavering faith, Gudmundur urged Faxi forward, navigating the frozen stones at the river's edge with the precision of a man guided by purpose as noble as it was deep. He crossed safely, reaching Asta's welcoming hearth as the first stars began their dance in the azure sky. Her greeting was a balm to his weary soul, her cheeks flushed with the cold but warm with affection. As the night deepened, Gudmundur stood reluctantly to depart, promising to return for her before the service, both unaware of the specters that would soon cast long shadows over their entwined fates. The journey home was vastly different, fraught with the chilling omens of a land that seemed alive and watching. The darkness enveloped him as a shroud, the moon hidden beneath veils of cloud, the wind whispering tales of storms yet to come. As he neared the river Myrká again, the fates conspired against him with cruel indifference. The ice beneath Faxi's hooves betrayed them, cracking open with a sudden snarl, plunging both man and beast into the river's icy embrace. Gudmundur battled the relentless current, the weight of his heavy woolen clothes like chains pulling him into the abyss. Faxi's panicked neighs echoed in the frosty air, a desperate plea unheard by the forest. Gudmundur's struggles were in vain, his cries snatched away by the wind, until the river claimed them both, leaving nothing but the eerie silence of the desolate landscape behind. Days passed, yet news of the tragedy had not spread to Asta, swallowed perhaps by the ominous quiet that wrapped Myrká like a funeral veil. On Christmas Eve, as the night wrapped the world in its frigid embrace, Gudmundur stood once more at her door. He was clad in a dark cloak and hood, his voice softer, shadowed by an unimaginable distance, yet Asta, alight with joy and unknowing of the truth, welcomed him with open arms. The snowstorm swirled around them as nature enacted a ghostly ballet, painting the world in its swirling, silent fury. Gudmundur, speaking little, aided her onto his horse. Yet as they rode toward the church, tremors of unease began to crawl through Asta's skin. The chill emanated not from the storm, but from the spectre beside her. His voice carried an echo not of this world, an ethereal cadence that sent shivers down her spine. Her anxiety grew as they approached the river Myrká. While the storm muffled the land, blurring the path beneath a soft blanket of peril, they reached a narrow stone bridge. As they crossed it, fate revealed its gruesome jest. Gudmundur's hood slipped, and Asta's breath caught in her throat. Her mind reeled, rejecting what her eyes saw. Her beloved was no living man, but the restless ghost born of promise unquenched by the grave. His hollow gaze met hers, and his voice, cold and unearthly, intoned a dire warning. The moon glides, death rides, beware the river's icy tides. Terror surged through Asta's veins, yet amidst the horror, she clung to composure. whispering prayers to steel her resolve as she had never done before. Upon reaching the churchyard, Gudmundur dismounted with a quiet grace and assisted her down, his touch a dreadful whisper of the cold beyond life. Around them the world held its breath. The howling wind paused in a moment of profound, portent silence. He led her towards the church, and as the door loomed, candlelight flickered within, casting whimsical dances of shadows upon the walls. Hymns, soft and undeterred by the storm, floated to her ears, gifts from the living that fortified her spirit. Summoning her courage, she tore free from Gudmundur's ghostly grasp and fled toward salvation, her heart racing as the warmth of the church enveloped her in its sanctuary. Behind her, Gudmundur's spirit halted at the threshold, his shadow a flickering apparition, unwilling or unable to follow within. With one last mournful glance, he turned into the tempest, vanishing like a breath lost to the ether, abandoning only the haunting echo of his spectral warning. Asta's abrupt entry startled the congregation from their peaceful carols, everyone's curiosity and concern pricking the air like static. As her tale wove through the crowd, gasps of shock and waves of sorrow rippled outward, enveloping the assembly. Reality settled with a weight that was chilling in its clarity. Gudmundur had perished during his return, his spirit momentarily denying its fate to keep faith with a promise grounded in love more powerful than death. With the bleak dawn, a search party traced their way to the river Myrká, where they solemnly discovered the deacon's body, interred beneath a bastion of ice alongside his faithful horse. Their tragic findings echoed Asta's narrative, casting an indelible shadow over the valley, solidifying a new chapter in Iceland's tapestry of chilling folklore. From that day forth, the people of Myrká spoke of the deacon with a blend of reverence and awe, a timeless reminder of the delicate veil between life and the silence beyond. His story underscored the irrefutable truth of promises made in life's embrace, enduring even into the spectral beyond. The legend lived on, emanating from hearths lit against the eternal winter nights, bearing testament to themes of love, duty, and the enigmatic supernatural lurking just at the edges of human perception. This tale embraced Iceland's profound connection to its rugged landscapes, where rivers, storms, and harsh cold are as vital as the souls who dare tread their treacherous expanse. The rivers of Myrká today ripple with whispered memories as travelers cross their deceptive banks, reminded of the spectral tale whispering through reeds and carried by winds. Some claim to hear the distant beat of hooves against snow, a mournful echo persevering against time's erasure. The moon glides, death rides. Thus, in quiet solitude or amidst gathering shadows, curiosity-driven whispers, the story holds its place, a legend never to be forgotten, treasured by those who recognize its mysteries as reflections and warnings from worlds unknown. Thus, in quiet solitude or amidst gathering shadows, curiosity-driven whispers, the story holds its place, a legend never to be forgotten, treasured by those who recognize its mysteries as reflections and warnings from worlds unknown. Thus, in quiet solitude or amidst gathering shadows, curiosity-driven whispers, the story holds its place, a legend never to be forgotten, treasured by those who recognize its mysteries as reflections and warnings from worlds unknown. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to explore this story with me. If you found this video interesting or thought-provoking, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might enjoy it too. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on any future videos where we dive into intriguing mysteries, untold histories, and the wonders of the unknown.